someone could ever want.
That's right. This is basically Slush headquarters.
Where Sour Blue Raspberry plans world domination.
What?
Get colorful with new Sonic Slushes, now available with Nerds Candy. This is how you Sonic.
Let's try on a new coat, one that covers better, lasts longer, and protects us from the elements, inside and out. Let's go to the place with the best paint. Take it home for less. Then rock and roll. Let's do the one thing that changes everything. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Right now, get $5 off cans and $20 off buckets of select paints and stains.
So this board gives me rates on Progressive Direct and other car insurance companies?
Yes.
But you're Progressive and they're them.
Yes.
But they're here.
Yes.
Are you?
There?
Yes.
No.
Are you them?
I'm me.
But the lowest rate is from them.
Yes.
So them's the best rate is?
Here.
So where are them?
Aren't them here?
I already asked you that.
When?
Feels like a while ago.
You want to take it from the top?
Rates for us and them. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
Well, nearly 2 weeks ago, twin tornadoes devastated the towny town of Pilger, Nebraska. And today we have dramatic new video as storm chasers get incredibly close to one of those twisters. They're dubbed as the Outlaw Chasers. And see what happened when they place a probe right in the path of one of these tornadoes.
Right here. Put it right there. Oh yeah, wind. Oh yeah, there goes. Whew. Man, that was exciting. Whoa. Leaves and, oh wow, there goes a tree down. There goes another tree down.
I'm trying to go, Lisa.
Okay. Oh wow, this is coming our way, Randy.
I know it is.
Well. Oh wow.
It's headed for the probe. Look at that debris. Gonna miss the probe, it looks like.
Yeah, better not miss us.
Oh,
Easy, baby. Come on, Lord, get us out of this mess. We just got a little closer than we needed to.
coming right to look at us.
Let me film and you drive.
That's all right, this shot matters.
I know the shot matters, so it's my freaking life.
There it goes, crossing the road. We're gonna be fine now. Beautiful tornado. Still coming our way.
Oh, I hear limbs cracking.
Yeah, you're gonna see trees flying here in just a split second. There it goes, right there.
Yeah, right there. I'm seeing out my window.
It's either gonna get us or we're gonna get a good shot.
Whoa.
There we go, hang on. Look at that house.
Baby, hang on.
Look at the house.
I know, I see the house.
Wow. Oh my. Oh! There went someone's house. We gotta get away from these trees so no more debris gets us. I hope those people are okay. It took out their whole house. Sad part is we gotta go back for the probe. Oh, here comes the RFD.
Easy, Lord.
Well, 2 people died and more than half the town of Pilger was destroyed by that EF4 tornado. And Jen, it looks like they have a disagreement about priorities there when they're chasing, huh?
I know what my priority would be, that's for sure. Okay, let's shift gears and talk about the warm temperatures that are only going to be getting higher over the next few days across the southeast. Focusing in on Atlanta today up to the middle 80s, but keeping that number around the 90-degree mark for tomorrow and on Monday. And then we go above average. Our average high close to 88, but we'll be in the middle 90s for Tuesday and Wednesday. It looks like it will stay hot right through the 4th of July. Current readings along the Gulf Coast, we see 89 in Tampa to 86 in New Orleans. A little bit of rain cooling things off in Charlotte. In fact, we've had a lot of it since last night. High pressure is just going to continue to build in, expand that heat all the way up towards the Ohio River. And that just means we'll continue to see these hot temperatures, not just for the next few days, but maybe even into the end of the week for the 4th of July holiday. As we look here along in Florida, we see 98 into Tampa or Tallahassee, and it's going to stay that hot for us for several days. 98 in the capital city for you on Monday. And again, those warm temperatures stay with Tallahassee as we go right through the middle of this week. Keith?
All right, thanks, Jen. Well, hurricane hunters getting set to fly into the Atlantic this weekend as a new disturbance churns off the Carolina coast. Where it's headed and why it's becoming a concern coming up in your tropical update.
You know our brands, but you may not know we're a family. 12 brands, more hotels than anyone else in the world. Like Days Inn, where you can do everything under the sun. Save up to 15% and earn bonus points when you book at WyndhamRewards.com.
Hershey's Miniatures. Choosing is half the fun. Because there's a little something delicious for everyone. Hershey's Miniatures. Choose your own delicious.
iHeartRadio is the one app where you can hear all your favorite live radio stations from all over the country. And you can create your own custom stations using your favorite artists. Millions of songs, thousands of stations, one free app. iHeartRadio is just that easy.
Currently in our area, 89 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, scattered showers or thunderstorms. High 89. Chance of rain 40%. Tonight, partly cloudy, chance of a thunderstorm. Low 75. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
At Panera, we work through the night to bake fresh bread from fresh dough in every bakery cafe. Because it tastes better that way. And it makes all of our sandwiches, soups, and everything else it touches taste better too. Then, at the end of every day, we donate everything we have left to people in need. So we're out of bread, and we stay up all night and do it all over again. Panera Bread.
Find your Panera Bread favorite and share with us. Hashtag Panera Faves.
Introducing Thompson's Water Seal Waterproofing Stain. The seal just got better. With stain and sealer in one and easy-to-choose colors, exceptional beauty and protection have never been easier. New Thompson's Water Seal Waterproofing Stain. Exclusively at the Home Depot.
Discover Card. Hey, I heard you guys can help me with fraud protection.
Yeah, we help with fraud protection. We monitor every purchase every day and alert you if anything looks unusual.
Wow. You're really looking out for us.
We are. And if there are unauthorized purchases on your Discover Card, you're never held responsible.
Just to be clear, you are saying frog protection, right?
Yeah, fraud protection.
Frog protection.
Fraud protection.
Frog.
Fraud.
Frog.
Fraud.
I think we're on the same page.
We're totally on the same page. At Discover, we treat you like you'd treat you. Fraud protection. Get it at discover.com.
It doesn't take much to be happy. When you enjoy the simplest and truest things, asking for nothing more than what you've got. Look at your swimming pools. They'll never be enough. Like your fancy watches and your big cars. One day you realize that what matters is not the size of your car. It's the size of...
At 69, I'm starting a whole new chapter in my life.
Lifestyle Lift, a life-changing procedure that helps remove wrinkles, frown lines, and sagging skin on your face and neck.
I have a younger look and a new look on life.
Look, almost 200,000 lives changed. Lifestyle Lift is the affordable way to looking years younger.
Nothing's better than a Lifestyle Lift.
Don't miss your chance for your free skin firming treatment. Call now because this amazing offer ends soon.
Every time I see somebody, you look so good, you just never aged, I go, oh, thank you for that, you know.
Would you feel good looking younger and more attractive?
I haven't felt this good in years.
My name is Cindy, I'm 56, but nobody needs to know.
Don't miss your chance for your free skin firming treatment. Call now because this amazing offer ends soon. Call 1-800-356-1071 today. Don't regret looking older than you feel.
Stay happy at home. Comfort Keepers, keeping the comforts of home. Call Comfort Keepers now to learn more.
A Weather Channel original series.
Every time I shoot a fish, when I'm wrestling them, that's when I'm scared.
Catching Hell, Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Welcome back to Weather Center Live. Time now for your tropical weather update. And let's take a look at what's going on because we got a little something cooking off the Carolina coast that's interesting, largely because of how close it is to land. Here is your big overview, and that's the one we're watching right there, just talked about. Invest 91L. Then we have Invest 96E out across the East Pac. That also worth watching, of course. But look at this one close to home. It's a big cluster of thunderstorms right now. Winds minimal at 25 miles an hour. And the pressure, not that strong, but obviously when something is this close, we're going to watch it. And the National Hurricane Center giving it a 50% chance of developing into a tropical depression. Doesn't really have any legs past that, just because of the way the atmosphere is stacked up right now. In fact, at the moment, center of circulation here is separated from the largest cluster of thunderstorms. So not a great development look out of it at the moment, but you could see certainly the circulation is quite clear, and 1,017 millibars, I should say, not all that strong for a low. So all things considered, hurricane hunters are going to fly a plane into this thing tomorrow, take a look at it. It's got some thunderstorms with it. It's got some circulation. It could be an impact to the Carolinas as far as the rain goes, but the way the atmosphere is blocked up, it's a tropical depression probably just meandering off to the south and east. Jen?
Well, the U.S. could see another wet World Cup match this coming Tuesday as showers are in the forecast as they take on Belgium. But it doesn't seem to be dampening the U.S. spirit. NBC's Carrie Sanders is in Atlanta with more on the craze.
There's one part of the equation that the experts say you can't overlook. Most people who go to stadiums like this to watch American football were born here and raised on American football. But our nation has so many immigrants who grew up playing soccer or watching soccer. And it's that group that they say that likely will make professional soccer in this country a financial success.
Who could have guessed crowds in Chicago, Los Angeles, even watching the big game on the big screen from the swimming pool on Miami Beach. Some bosses this week shut down work for 2 hours to let employees watch. It says something, but what?
People are watching it in record numbers. Kids are playing it in record numbers. The rest of the world can't be wrong. Soccer is here. America is a soccer nation.
The growth is there. The interest is there. Everybody wants to be a part of Major League Soccer.
But we've heard that before.
Now soccer. Previously thought to be European.
In the 1970s, the world's best player, Pelé, joined the North American Soccer League. Initially, huge crowds.
Soccer in the United States is attracting young families, many from the suburbs.
Eventually, that league failed.
This is a World Cup town.
In 1994, the U.S. hosted the World Cup. And again, there was talk soccer would take off. Today, there are 16 North American cities with Major League Soccer
soccer franchises. Orlando, New York, and Atlanta are also getting franchises. And David Beckham is working to bring a team to Miami. But is this really the moment, or is what's happening simply national pride?
I'm a huge American fan. Anything American, I love. And if it's soccer, love it.
Americans love big spectacles, so of course they love soccer in the World Cup for now. But when this party is over, or when Team USA gets the boot, which could be very, very soon, Americans are going to go back to what they really love, the football they really love, and that is the NFL.
In Atlanta, Kerry Sanders for the Weather Channel. Now back to you.
All right, well, the U.S. does take on Belgium this Tuesday. Rain again in the forecast, 50% chance. Game is at 4 o'clock Eastern time, and we have been watching all the games like crazy.
We're getting into it. You know, I was just in Spain, and I watched a World Cup game there.
Oh.
We got a long way to go to get to that fervor, but we're getting there.
In Spain.
I'm just saying. Sometimes you get a jet set. All right, let's take a look at your 4th of July forecast. That's very American.
Yeah, I'm going about 2 miles down the road to see a parade for 4th of July, and it looks like it'll be dry in many spots, but the Gulf Coast, all those scattered showers and thunderstorms, especially across Florida.
Yeah, looking pretty good in a lot of spots. The Northeast will probably be okay, except for Maine and New Hampshire. You were in the parade? They put you in the parade this year?
No.
Last year you had
They're not that desperate.
Last year you had the float. That was really nice. Hey, we got several days of some busy weather coming up here.
Yeah, and we are tracking an area of severe weather. In fact, tomorrow could be the biggest day. So we're going to outline the threats and the specific threat areas next.
And don't look now, but some of the same areas that saw flooding this week could be in for even more rain. We'll talk about the whens, wheres, whys coming up on Weather Center Live.
When, where's, whys? When, where's, whys?
Currently in our area, 89 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, scattered showers or thunderstorms. High 89. Chance of rain 40%. Tonight, partly cloudy, chance of a thunderstorm. Low 75. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Right now on Weather Center Live, a severe weather outbreak affecting millions. Several days of storms bringing heavy rain, high winds, and the threat for tornadoes. Find out if your city will be in the bullseye today and if you should be on alert as the storms move east.
And the rain means more trouble for people dealing with floods. We will show you where the threat for flooding is still pretty high and when the area could maybe finally dry out.
Plus, Independence Day just around the corner. It's time to start making some plans. See what the forecast has in store for your 4th of July coming up on Weather Center Live.
All right, it's a busy weekend here for us on the Weather Center Live, and thanks so much for joining us. I'm Jennifer Lopez.
I'm Keith Carson. If we lose our minds in the next couple of hours, it's because there's a noise emanating from this desk that we just cannot track down.
It's like a beeping noise right off.
You know when your smoke detector goes off every 8 minutes? Just enough time for you to get out there, and then you can't find it?
It's always at 3 a.m. in the morning.
This is our life right now. All right, well, we have some storms to talk about. 20 million people kind of in the area we're watching, and then they'll move eastward through the weekend.
Yeah, we're also going to look ahead to this coming Friday because it's the 4th of July. You want to know the forecast, I'm sure. A lot of people being outside, especially looking out for those fireworks.
Gonna shoot off those fireworks. Let's get you out in front of what's going on today. And our number one story is kind of an all-encompassing one, which is the multi-day severe weather threat. And then the flood threat going with that, and southeast staying stormy, not severe, but stormy there. All right, here's what we're watching today. Minneapolis, Des Moines, Kansas City, Wichita, down into parts of eastern Oklahoma as well. And with that, we'll see some heavy rain. And these are places that don't need any more rain because I saw in some places 12 inches of rain. Now we're going to add a couple more inches. And then down across the southeast, showers and storms popping up. Not severe, but still something to think about if you're planning through the weekend. Jen?
Well, first things first, we are looking out for the weather like this today. A picture posted to us on Twitter of a landspout in Thomas County, Kansas, out near Colby. You can see a lot of the dust was kicking up as the rotation formed during the storms yesterday. More weather like this could hit the Midwest, so Keith is going to have a closer look.
All right, yeah, let's take a look at that. You know, right now we're just starting to see some thunderstorms develop, but we're watching the possibility of them putting a watch up here. We'll show you that in a second. Here's the line that's really been a little bit stronger this morning and now through the middle part of the day, now moving Interstate 35 to the north of Oklahoma City. It actually looked better an hour ago than it does right now, so that's good news, falling apart a bit. But there's still a severe thunderstorm warning, just one box left with this thing, and this is for Kay County and Caw City until 12:30 in that Central Time. Straight line winds have been the deal with this particular line. We've seen wind gusts over 70 miles an hour recorded within the line. Now, if you look, you can start to see a few thunderstorms popping up and start to draw the semblance of where that line may set up later today. And that's why the Storm Prediction Center has said we may put out a watch for this area because things are starting to bubble up a little bit. That would be a severe thunderstorm watch, not a tornado watch. So the jet stream digging down, upper level low. Now, closer to the low itself, we're seeing rain, more stratiform rain. We're not worried about that. It stinks for your weekend, but we're just not as concerned about that. To the south, with the moist flow and the cold front is where we're seeing these two ingredients collide. Thunderstorms popping up along that. Some of those will be strong. Again, today it's winds and hail. Tomorrow, a better chance of some of those tornadoes. Let's take a look at the timing graphic here, and this is our predictive model. It's just one computer model, but a visual representation of these thunderstorms marching eastward and developing more in coverage and intensity through this afternoon. And we could see a line down through Oklahoma, kind of push into northern Louisiana, maybe into northern parts of Texas into the early morning hours. So while the rest of the atmosphere settles down, we could be watching a severe weather threat for them overnight across eastern parts of Oklahoma. So here's your general area we're watching today. Again, Oklahoma City involved in that, Omaha, Minneapolis, northern plains, although most of this, especially on the west side here, is going to be rain, embedded thunderstorms. Minneapolis going to see showers, storms here through the day. A better possibility of it later on tonight and through the early morning hours. Jen?
Well, that's not a good thing that rain is taking aim on the Twin Cities because we have had so many problems. Look at this. All the heavy rainfall recently has really flooded many locations, including lots of parks, lots of amusement parks. Pretty much anywhere you go close to the river, you're going to see some of those flooded out regions. Well, with that next moving system coming in, we're going to be dealing with an additional amount of rain. We've had a lot of it across the northern plains for this month. One spot especially has been Sioux Falls in the month of June, almost 13 and a half inches, more than 14 farther down the road into Sioux City, Iowa. And that spot, western Iowa, eastern Nebraska, southeast and South Dakota, anywhere from 12 to 18 inches of rain since the beginning of June. We have the Missouri River up here, the big Cedar River as well, and then over towards the east we see the Mississippi River and a lot of the tributaries. That's what we're concerned with. They're coming up and out of their banks, and that's not going to be good as this next system is approaching. There's that area of low pressure cranking out the rain in Bismarck and in Minot. It's a slow-moving system causing some flash flooding in several locations. And as the system just continues to work its way towards the east, we're going to see not just the threat of severe weather in the form of tornadoes, damaging winds, and hail, but the heavy amount of rain going over locations that have just seen too much. So as we break down a few spots for you, one area in particular, anywhere from central to western Iowa, could be developing more than 3 to 5 inches of rainfall as we go through this weekend and into early parts of Monday. Keith?
All right, thanks. Let's take a look at downtown Atlanta right now. Threat of isolated storms today. Hasn't been great in Atlanta as of late. Seen a lot of showers and storms around, a lot of cloudiness as well. And we'll see more of those popping up later on in the day. Just kind of an unstable atmosphere around the southeast. So we're not concerned about the severe weather here. It's just stuff you want to plan for. So you can see these thunderstorms starting to pop up a little bit here, just west of the Atlanta area, northern parts of Georgia, and just more of these bubbling up. And you know exactly how this goes if you live in the southeast. Into Florida particularly, this is like an everyday thing. You got little areas of disturbances moving through. That touches off these showers and storms. But really, this time of the year, with the dew point as high as it is and the heat and the sunshine. It doesn't take much to produce these showers and storms. So just these little disturbances, enough of a catalyst to get more of these going than average. So today the coverage is pretty big. Nashville into Atlanta, in through parts of Florida as well. Through tomorrow into the Carolinas, we'll be watching it. In through Nashville, Memphis. And then as we head into Monday, the Carolinas again involved, Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama. And there could be a subtropical low offshore here, so that could enhance some of the cloudiness as well as some of the showers at that point. So Atlanta, yeah, there's going to be showers and thunderstorms around, but it's also still going to be pretty hot. Temperatures in the low 90s, and so even with the clouds building through the afternoon, we should be able to get to our high temperature around 1 or 2 in the afternoon, and it'll still be into the 90s. Jen?
Get out your beach blankets and flip-flops. It's beautiful in the Northeast. Plenty of sunshine as you're starting to make your plans. 85 today in the Big Apple, but what cities could see temps soaring near 90? A wild week of weather indeed. We have landspouts to wildfires. Our top videos are next.
We always have the right hotel in the right place at the right time. 12 brands, more hotels than anyone else in the world. Like Ramada. You do your thing, leave the rest to us. Save up to 15% and earn bonus points when you book at WyndhamRewards.com.
Untamed fruit flavor. Jolly Rancher.
In the nation, it's not always pretty. But add brand new belongings from Nationwide Insurance, and we'll replace destroyed or stolen items with brand new versions. We take care of the heat, so you don't get burned. Just another way we put members first, because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation.
Nationwide is on your side.
The Weather Channel and the American Cancer Society are teaming up to help Relay for Life. Over 4 million Americans are helping to raise awareness and save lives from cancer. Go to relayforlife.org/weather and join teams across America. Together, we can end cancer one step at a time. Go to relayforlife.org/weather for more info.
Currently in our area, 89 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. This afternoon, variable clouds with scattered thunderstorms. High 90, chance of rain 40%. Tonight, isolated thunderstorms early, becoming clear after midnight. Low 75, chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Channel original series.
This is a dangerous job.
Catching Hell, Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Kids are fed?
Kids are fed. Homework is done. Baths are taken.
I'm impressed. Looks like you've got everything under control.
We got it all under control here. We're all good, right, guys?
Yeah. Yeah, we're all good here. Yep.
Love you guys.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Finally, a paint that's stain-resistant and scrubbable. Introducing new Valspar Reserve. Now the colors you love stay the colors you love. Exclusively at Lowe's.
School's out and summer's in. Kick off your road trip at Pep Boys Hit the Road Jack sales event. This week only, get a DIY oil change for just $14.99 after rebate. Or let us do it for you for only $21.99. Don't miss the Hit the Road Jack sales event. Trust the boys to get you there.
back to Weather Center Live, taking a look at Philadelphia, where it is gorgeous, and this weekend looks great. Mid-Atlantic, Northeast, money in the bank, high pressure in place, and they've now reeled off 3 weekends in a row in a lot of spots in the Northeast of great weather. Now, it was a little bit cool last weekend. This time, we keep the sun, but temperatures are warmer, so nice trade-off there. Philly today, sunny. Make sure sun and clouds maybe later in the afternoon, early evening. No big deal. A few clouds tonight. Very nice evening. Weekend overall looking good, and a lot of people, of course, leading in to having a week off coming up here, so great way to start that. Right now, it's warm in New York at 86, 81 in Philly, 85 in D.C. Sea breeze for the loss in Boston right now. They get an east wind this time of year. It's not good for business. Still nice, just not as warm. You go inland a little bit, say to Worcester area, and it's going to be in the 80s there. So high pressure in place, and unlike the last ridge of high pressure, this one doesn't have a cool air mass associated with it. It's giving us the sunshine, but the temperatures are relatively mild. So New York, Philadelphia, Syracuse, Burlington, Vermont, all included in this. Again, some of your coastal locations up in through Maine, New Hampshire, into Massachusetts will get a little bit of a sea breeze factor, which is always a cool thing. Even in July, when it starts to get warmer, the water temperature is still going to be cooler than the land, and that sea breeze is going to cool you down. So 78 today, 83 in New York, 84 in D.C. Tomorrow, we should get a little bit warmer in a place like Boston at 83 as the winds turn out of the south at that point. 83 in New York, 87 in D.C. Getting a little bit hot down here. Dry, though, the entire weekend. Really nice up towards Burlington, Vermont. I lived up there for a while. This is pretty warm for them. They're not a really that warm of a place, not far from Canada. Coming in at 86 and sunny, though, you'll take that any day. So D.C., nice today, sun and clouds. As we head into Sunday, temperatures at that point a little bit warmer with a high of 87. Jen?
Okay, it's time now for our top 5 videos where we take a look at all the amazing weather videos from around the world. And first up, we go to Muscatine, Iowa, right along the border of Illinois. This is a shelf cloud, also known as a gust front. Very dramatic looking clouds often, and they form when the cold air rushes out ahead of an approaching storm. Number 4, the San Juan fire in eastern Arizona, burning an estimated 2,000 acres. You can see a lot of the smoke still coming off of that fire. Nearby communities are under mandatory evacuations. Most of the homes, though, are vacation homes. 30-mile-an-hour winds yesterday made firefighters' jobs more difficult. Number 3, we go into Alaska, where flooding is a major concern in the Denali National Park. More than 3 inches of rain fell on Wednesday and Thursday, swamping the area. Actually more than 100 people had to be rescued from a backcountry lodge and taken to higher ground. Several climbers were also stranded and had to be airlifted out. Number 2, it's a beautiful sight. A double rainbow. A little bit hard to see the second one, but it was captured right after a thunderstorm rolled through. The second one is very faint. You may even be able to spot a little bit of flashing of lightning still going on in the distance. And number 1, a water spout spotted over Mobile Bay in Alabama. It happened on Thursday. These are always dramatic and look so impressive. They're a fair weather water spout, usually forms in the summertime with relatively calm waters, but it certainly is kind of scary. All right, that does it for our top 5 videos. Keith?
Jen, you're not going to tell us the story of when you saw down at Boo Ridley's old apple tree a water spout that time?
No, it was on Jacksonville Beach. I was a teenager and I saw a water spout. We did not have our phone with us or anything like that.
Hey.
Just me and my girlfriend.
There's something to be said for that. Driving was a lot better when people didn't have cell phones. All right, chances for severe weather today as you get your weekend moving. Hail, damaging winds, possibly tornadoes. Where these storms are firing up today from Oklahoma City to the Great Lakes. We'll talk about that and some heat building across the southeast.
You know, millions of people have saved with Progressive, so I get invited to quite a few family gatherings. Heck, I saved Judith here a fortune with discounts like Safe Driver, Multi-Car, Paperless. You make a mighty fine Mrs. M'Lady. I'm not saying Mark's thrifty. Let's just say I saved him $519, and it certainly didn't go toward that ring. Am I right? So visit Progressive.com today. I call this one the Roblox.
Hands were made for playing. Legs for crossing. Feet splashing. Better things than the joint pain and swelling of moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis. If you're trying to manage your RA, now may be the time to ask about Xeljanz. Xeljanz tofacitinib is a small pill, not an injection or infusion, for adults with moderate to severe RA for whom methotrexate did not work well. Xeljanz can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers have happened in patients taking Xeljanz. Don't start Xeljanz if you have any infection, unless okay with your doctor. Tears in the stomach or intestines, low blood cell counts, and higher liver tests and cholesterol levels have happened. Your doctor should perform blood tests before you start and while taking Xeljanz, and routinely check certain liver tests. Tell your doctor if you have been to a region where certain fungal infections are common, and if you have had TB, hepatitis B or C, or are prone to infections. Tell your doctor about all the medicines you take and if you are pregnant or plan to be. Taken twice daily, Xeljanz can reduce the joint pain and swelling of moderate to severe RA, even without methotrexate. Ask if Xeljanz is right for you.
They lived.
They lived.
We lived, thanks to our Subaru.
Love. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
iHeartRadio is the one app where you can hear all your favorite live radio stations from all over the country. And you can create your own custom stations using your favorite artists.
Mesothelioma victims and their loved ones may be entitled to a cash award from the $18 billion in asbestos trust funds, and you may not have to file a lawsuit to qualify. If diagnosed with mesothelioma or lung cancer caused by exposure to asbestos, call the number on your screen now. Even if a loved one had mesothelioma or asbestos lung cancer and has passed, your family may still be entitled to a cash award. Mesothelioma is a rare cancer caused by exposure to asbestos. Many victims worked in the Navy or in shipyards, mills, carpentry, roofing, insulation, construction, or automotive industries. For over 30 years, our legal team has successfully helped thousands of victims and families. Time is limited. You may not have to file a lawsuit. If your loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma or lung cancer caused by exposure to asbestos, please call 1-855-761-7991 now. That's 1-855-761-7991.
To get a free brochure, 1-800-382-1905.
Currently in our area, 89 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. This afternoon, variable clouds with scattered thunderstorms. High 90. Chance of rain 40%. Tonight, isolated thunderstorms early, becoming clear after midnight. Low 75. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Back to Weather Center Live. An amazing piece of video. American astronaut Reid Wiseman caught this amazing light show 220 miles above the Earth. This was a thunderstorm rolling over Houston this week. As you can see from above, the lightning strikes around the cloud appear in slow motion. Wiseman currently on the International Space Station, and it's one of the many videos he's posted to social media. Side note, Reid Wiseman is the most astronaut-y name you could possibly have. There's no other job he could have done with that. Let's bring it back to Earth. And what? You think it's true?
Reed Wiseman, just because he's wise, he should be in outer space?
No, but like Reed, it's just, what else could you picture him like? Reed Wiseman, welcome to Walmart. Astronaut. It's the only thing he could do. All right, let's talk about your severe weather update. We take it back to Earth here and watch the possibility of some strong storms today and tomorrow. We think tomorrow will be particularly strong. Right now, to the north of Oklahoma City, up Interstate 35, we have this line we've been watching all morning. And it has some strong winds with it. So we still have one severe thunderstorm warning still associated with this line. K County, Caw City until 12:30 Central Time. And again, it's straight line winds and hail here. Set up, moist flow coming in out of the Gulf of Mexico, colliding with this warm front, cold front combo. Jet stream also digging down. Now the jet stream gets more active tomorrow, and that's why we think a better chance, some rotation and some tornadoes. But we don't want to sleep on today. Thunderstorm timing showing a few thunderstorms starting to pop up through the afternoon. Out through North Dakota, that's largely just rain. Not as concerned with the severe weather threat there. Storms continue into the early morning hours, maybe down and through Oklahoma and a few clusters around. Then the atmosphere resets in time for tomorrow morning when we start to get things cooking again by tomorrow afternoon. So we'll get that little bit of a break in through the early morning hours. So here's your thunderstorm forecast today. Omaha, Fargo, Wichita, Oklahoma City, Minneapolis, and then generalized thunderstorms in the orange. Torcon's back. Dr. Forbes in the building. 3 out of 10 in through central Oklahoma. 3 out of 10 in eastern Iowa as well. So that means a 30% chance of a tornado within a 50-mile radius. Our Torcons actually for tomorrow are actually going to be higher with some 4s in the forecast then. Jen?
All right, let's talk about the next few days and take a look at your weekend forecast as well as the holiday coming up, July 4th, this coming Friday. Now, tomorrow, we certainly are concerned with the areas shaded in red across the middle part of the country for the threat of severe weather. But we're still, though, concerned throughout the day today for those scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms in the southeast and that cool rain to get you in Seattle. Now, tomorrow, the same system just kind of slowly works its way through Minneapolis, bringing with it the threat of severe weather. And we're still looking at the rain in the Ohio Valley. It may be more numerous around Chicago and back towards the mid-Atlantic and the Gulf Coast. We are actually the southeast coast. We see those scattered showers through the Carolinas. Now, Monday, still in Minneapolis, a chance of rain. And across Iowa, still the threat for heavy rain, even over into Wisconsin. And that's the spot that just doesn't need any more rain. It has been tremendously wet this month across this area. For your Tuesday, the showers spread towards the northeast. May not get you in Boston and New York until Wednesday, but on Wednesday we see that rain up and down the 95 corridor, and then the heat really building up throughout the southern half of the country with temperatures in Dallas and Atlanta well up into the middle 90s, and looks like the 90s will still be around as we get closer to the 4th of July. Maybe along the Rio Grande, some scattered showers along the Gulf Coast, and up the East Coast we see those spotty showers in nature on Thursday. And then on Friday, still a little bit of rain across New England, and looking for those showers for the 4th of July in through Florida and along into the Gulf Coast. Maybe here into Denver, some scattered showers for you. And Minneapolis not catching a break from the rain. We see more coming back into play for the 4th of July. Keith?
All right, thanks, Jen. Well, nearly 20 million people in the bullseye for severe weather this weekend. We're talking hail, damaging winds, and tornadoes, a possibility from the plains to the Midwest, where the biggest threats are now and when you'll need to take cover. And adding insult to injury, how much more rain Minneapolis is going to get, and a new record set to break.
We're the names you know in the places you want to be, where you can explore super destinations and do everything under the sun. 12 brands, more hotels than anyone else in the world. Save up to 25% and earn bonus points when you book at WyndhamRewards.com.
Don't wait for awesome. Totino's Pizza Rolls get you there in just 60 seconds.
What's a born maker made from? From calloused hands, strong backs, from the shoulders of giants, from small steps and giant leaps, big ideas, sharp minds, from steel resolve, from blood, sweat, and gears. All the things that make a born maker made this. A car with swagger, intelligence, soul.
car that proves a well-made sedan doesn't have to cross an ocean to be worthy of the American road. We are born makers. We made this. The all-new Chrysler 200, America's import.
Things have changed.
It says here that a woman's sex drive increases at the age of 80.
Helps reduce the risk of heart disease.
Keep heart healthy. Live long. Eat the 100% goodness of post-shredded wheat. Doctors recommend it.
Need new tires? At Pep Boys, our Tires Made Easy process matches your vehicle with a tire that's just right for you. And right now at Pep Boys, when you buy 3 tires, you'll get the 4th free instantly. Trust the boys to get you there.
Thanks for the salted caramel shake, Kara.
Caramel for Kara. That makes sense.
And Janine for peanut butter.
I don't get it. Why?
Because she reminds me of my ex-girlfriend, Janine, who was nuts.
25 real ice cream shakes, all half price after 8 p.m. This is how you...
Okay, ladies, whenever you're ready.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I got this.
Oh, no, I'll get it.
Let me get it. I don't want you to pay for this.
It's not happening, honey.
Let her get it. She got a safe driving bonus check from Allstate last week, and it's her treat.
What about a tip?
Oh, here's one. Get an Allstate agent.
Nice.
Switch today and get 2 safe driving bonus checks a year for driving safely, only from Allstate. Call 866-788-0900 now.
Here we go. Hold on, man. Is that a leak up there? That's a drip. Now that's a leak.
That is a leak.
And if you don't have Allstate Renters Insurance, game over.
Protect your valuables from things like water damage for as low as $4 a month when you add renter's insurance to your Allstate auto policy. Call 866-788-0900 now. And if you're a safe driver, you can save up to 45%.
Just a few more ways Allstate is changing car insurance for good.
Call an Allstate agent and get a quote now.
This summer, save your Monday nights. The Coast Guard is back.
Look off to your starboard side.
And you can only find them on the Weather Channel. Woo! This Monday, the all-new season continues.
Here it comes. He's going to take it.
Coast Guard, Cape Disappointment. Monday night at 9, only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 89 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. This afternoon, variable clouds with scattered thunderstorms. High 90, chance of rain 40%. Tonight, isolated thunderstorms early, becoming clear after midnight. Low 75, chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
America's Morning Headquarters with Sam Champion.
Not just a morning forecast, a morning show.
AMHQ with Sam Champion, the Weather Channel's brand new morning show.
All right, happening now. Storms firing up across the Midwest, impacting nearly 20 million people today.
We are watching out for severe weather in the form of strong, damaging winds, hail, even tornadoes. Which cities are in the bullseye and where the storms will move tomorrow? You're watching Weather Center Live.
Welcome back to Weather Center Live. I'm Keith Carson.
And I'm Jennifer Lopez. Now, a lot going on this week, and we're watching one big system across the upper Midwest. We're going to continue to track it for a few days.
Yeah, Dr. Forbes has just come in. He's starting to look over the possibilities for today, and then we're watching tomorrow, and that whole thing moves eastward through the week. So a lot of people taking the week off. Not these guys.
No,
They'll be here.
But it is a holiday coming up on Friday, so we're going to have a look at your 4th of July in just a moment. Meanwhile, let's talk about really what's going on out there this weekend, and it's a 1-2 punch here across the upper Midwest with the threat of severe weather and flooding. and areas that just don't need any more rain. Let's look here into Minneapolis. Those storms will approach you as we get into the afternoon and the evening hours. Meanwhile, down into Kansas City and into Wichita, you're also going to be looking out for the threat of severe weather. With this system around through Monday, we may be seeing an additional 3 to 5 inches of rain in central portions of Iowa. That's an area that has already had more than a foot of rain the month of June. Meanwhile, in the southeast for the Carolinas, not the best day at the beach here in Wilmington, North Carolina, with some scattered showers developing. We also look for some of that wet weather to continue in Nashville. Keith?
All right, thanks. Let's take a look at Minneapolis right now, where it's not a great looking day. We're going to see thunderstorms possibly there today and through tomorrow, and that's where we're watching our severe weather threat continuing to be an issue. So we think that tomorrow is a bigger deal, but we do have some Torcons in place for today as well, and I'll show you those in a second. Let's set you up with what's going on right now, which is this line's kind of fizzling out to the north of Oklahoma City. Earlier, it had a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings with it, a really strong looking structure. Now it is fallen apart. Good news, moving down Interstate 35 here. We had a severe thunderstorm warning here earlier. This storm is probably still pretty strong, but at least the National Weather Service thinks it's no longer worth a severe thunderstorm warning. Start to see some things popping up here through parts of Missouri as well. And this is the area that we could be watching for a potential watch. So follow me, we're watching for a watch, a severe thunderstorm watch here, and that could be a possibility later today. The ingredients are in place. Jet stream digging down, moisture coming in from the Gulf of Mexico with this low. The low itself, it's generally more stratiform in nature, meaning it is rain there and not as much in pop-up thunderstorm activity. It's really out ahead of this cold front that we're seeing these thunderstorms develop more. And obviously, there's plenty of moisture this time of the year when you get it in coming in from the Gulf of Mexico. So that's not an issue. The moisture is there. Just need something to touch off these showers and storms. So in through Wichita, Kansas, we'll be watching them. Missouri, again, could be in a box here shortly. And you can see that line trying to be picked up here by our computer model. And then by tonight, it tries to push down in through Oklahoma and down into northern parts of Texas into the early morning hours. That's probably the exception to the rule. Most of the storms will be fizzling later on this evening. Then the atmosphere takes a little time out on the fields, resets for tomorrow. So today, Minneapolis, Omaha, Wichita, in through Oklahoma City. Fargo also included, although again, a lot of that out there is going to be rain. Torcon's back, 3 out of 10 central and southwest Oklahoma, and then a 3 out of 10 in through eastern parts of Iowa. So these numbers, not huge, but a 30% chance of a tornado within a 50-mile radius of these spots. Jen?
All right, this system not good news as it moves into Minneapolis because we've had a lot of rain this month, and look what it's done to this amusement park. No one's on the roller coaster today, are they? No one's even in the parking lot. Park's having a tough time getting visitors with so much of the area underwater. And it's not just for the amusement parks. A lot of the local parks and anywhere close to the river having to deal with a lot of heavy rainfall. Midwest flood threat will continue as we watch this system move in. It is going to be bringing an additional amount of rain. And here are a few locations that have seen just really heavy amounts since the beginning of June. From Sioux Falls to Sioux City, almost 13 to 14 inches of rain. In this spot in western Iowa, some parts of the area have had up to 18 inches of rain. And I want to show you a precip map in just a few minutes. It's going to show heavy amounts of rainfall coming right into those same spots. Flood warnings for many of the major rivers around this area. Up around La Crosse, they're dealing with some flooding along the Mississippi. We're going to continue to see no relief from Mother Nature as we watch this area of low pressure bringing a lot of heavy rain over the Dakotas right now. It hasn't moved much in the past few hours. That's going to bring some showers and thunderstorms. We've already talked about the threat of severe weather, and this system isn't just going to be a one-day system. It's going to move over you tomorrow and even into Monday. So rainfall rates are going to go up again. And some locations could be getting 3 to 5 inches. This is west of Des Moines, out close to Sioux Falls. That's where we just saw some parts have got up to 18 inches of rain, and they're going to be getting some more as we go through this weekend. So looking at Des Moines and through the center part of the state, scattered showers and thunderstorms in store for you as temperatures will be in the 80s. Keith?
All right, thanks, Jen. As you just showed us, flooding is a major concern for the Twin Cities. The state of emergency is in effect in St. Paul, and the Mississippi is reaching near record levels. NBC's Katie Turr has more.
In Minnesota, more water than the rivers and lakes can handle, a lot of them overflowing their banks. The Mississippi River in St. Paul crested at 20.13 feet. The high waters forced Gus Gaspardo to cancel all of his boat tours during the busiest stretch of the season.
We have kids that are relying on a job and a paycheck so that they can pay to go to school. A great group of kids.
The business has already lost over $125,000, and he could dip deeper in the red as the river is expected to stay at major flood stage through the 4th of July or longer, prompting the National Weather Service to issue flood warnings and watches from Montana to Illinois. Flooding also hit Alaska's Denali National Park, stranding more than 100 people at a local lodge. A viewer shot this video of one creek overflowing into another, the powerful currents wiping out everything in its path. Extreme summer storms also slammed southeast Texas, where a tornado tore through Galveston, damaging several homes and destroying this RV.
It was right there, and there was stuff flying all through the air. It had me scared.
It was a twister like this one, caught on camera in Pilger, Nebraska last week.
Oh my God!
The massive EF4 tornado whipped up debris and destroyed 75% of the town. And there's more to come.
All right, well, luckily we're not talking about severe weather down across the southeast like that, but pop-up showers and thunderstorms certainly in play. Right now, the atmosphere is starting to percolate a little bit. You can see some of these showers and storms popping up outside the Atlanta area. Tennessee dotted with showers and thunderstorms. These are really hard to predict. You go outside and it may be dry, and then 10 minutes later it's pouring rain. It's frustrating as a weather nerd, too, because there's really nothing better you can do. You just watch these things pop up as weak disturbances ride along it. A bunch of moisture, atmosphere is juiced up. Doesn't take much to get these thunderstorms going, and we have all that's necessary with the stationary front and a few disturbances. So we'll watch it today. Atlanta, Jackson, Memphis, Nashville, all showers and thunderstorms a possibility. Tomorrow into the Carolinas, Savannah, maybe a little dry area down here, and then on Monday again into the Carolinas. Another factor is we're going to have a subtropical low probably right offshore here, so we could see some additional moisture coming onshore from that. It's kind of a different story that we will spin for you at 50 past, but there's something out there. All right, Charlotte, looking at showers and thunderstorms, temperatures in the 80s. You know, even with these showers and thunderstorms, it's still going to be pretty warm. Upper 80s, Atlanta area into the lower 90s. So those high temperatures a lot of times reached around noon or 1. Then the showers and thunderstorms come in later in the afternoon. Jen?
All right, thank DJ Carson there spinning it for us. Plenty more coming your way here on Weather Center Live, including some cool temperatures along with some rain in the northwest. How long is that going to last? When will the warm summer air finally arrive? And plus, they're called outlaw chasers. They're getting incredible images from inside tornadoes. See the new video we got today, all thanks to these brave storm chasers.
Okay. Oh, wow, this is coming our way, Randy.
I know it is.
Well,
Currently in our area, 89 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. This afternoon, variable clouds with scattered thunderstorms. High 90, chance of rain 40%. Tonight, isolated thunderstorms early, becoming clear after midnight. Low 75, chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
At Panera Bread, our new flatbread sandwiches may be flat. The flavors are anything but. So whether it's taste inspired by the freshness of the Mediterranean or the smoky spice of the Southwest, or bold, adventurous Thai flavors, you always get flavor that's anything but flat, and always with chicken raised without antibiotics. New flatbread sandwiches from Panera, each 360 calories or less. Try one today.
Find your Panera Bread favorite and share with us. #PaneraFaves.
I'm MMA champ Chuck Liddell, and I stop things. People. Problems. Anything that moves. Just like Duralast brakes. They stop anything! Hey, if you use anything else, you should stop. Duralast. Proven tough. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
At LegalZoom, you can take care of virtually all your important legal matters in just minutes. Now it's quicker and easier for you to start your business, protect your family, and launch your dreams. At LegalZoom.com, we put the law on your side.
It's your time at Best Western this summer, so enjoy your family time, your breakfast time, and your adventure time, and get a free night for your next time. Stay 3 separate times and get a free night. Book now at bestwestern.com.
Let's try on a new coat, one that covers better, lasts longer, and protects us from the elements, inside and out. Let's go to the place with the best paint. Take it home for less. Then rock and roll. Let's do the one thing that changes everything. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Right now, get $5 off cans and $20 off buckets of select paints and stains.
Welcome to No Man's Land. It's a place you've been before, but it's not on any map. So go out there, lose yourself, and find the truth. We're all born wild. Let's keep it that way. The 2014 4Runner. Toyota. Let's go places.
In 1902, Carrier introduced the world to modern air conditioning, and we've been improving on the idea ever since. So if you're getting the idea to upgrade to a more comfortable, more efficient system, you really ought to think about Carrier. And there's no better time to talk than right now. Get up to 60 months financing with 0% interest on a new home comfort system. Carrier. Turn to the experts.
Well, we have new video of one of the twin tornadoes that hit Pilger, Nebraska last week. A group of storm chasers who call themselves the Outlaw Chasers got dangerously close to that twister, and they placed a probe with 3 different camera angles directly into its path. We spoke to them about that day.
Hurry, hurry, hurry. Grab it. Right here.
When I first hit the probe on the ground, I was probably about 275 yards from the approaching tornado as it was developing in a multi-vortex stage. And then, of course, we put the car in reverse, backed up at approximately 10 to 15 miles an hour as it kept closing on the car. And then I tried to pace it at a distance to where I could read it to where it wasn't going to run over us, hopefully.
Oh, wow, there goes a tree down. There goes another tree down.
I actually have 3 steel spikes and a hammer to drive in the ground to secure it in more violent tornadoes. But in this particular situation, I wasn't able to utilize those. I was fairly confident it was going to stay there, but you never really know. I mean, tornadoes can suck the asphalt off a street, so when they're strong enough, it's going to go if it's going to go.
Set it right there.
So this is one probe with 3 cameras inside the single probe, and it's cone-shaped. So as the winds hit it from any direction, it pushes down on the probe. But there's a camera looking forward, straight up, and then in the reverse, all in the same probe. It wasn't until the next day or so before I had a chance to even check it out. And then when I did see it, I couldn't believe it. That's probably the best footage I've ever seen. I've seen a lot of footage, and with the clarity and how close it got to the tornado, and just looking up in it, my jaw hit the floor. After the tornado went by, I could tell it hit something, didn't know what it was. I went north on the highway that took us straight towards the town. And as I rode up on town, there was all kinds of devastation there. I got out and tried to help as many people as I could, walked around. I had water with me and stuff, passed out water, helped dig some people out of some rubbish.
You're going to see trees flying here in just a split second. On the video, you'll see there when we pull into the Pilger sand and gravel parking lot there, I'm screaming, "Oh my God, it's hit a house. Look at that house.
Hang on.
Look at the house."
I know it's in the house.
Wow. Because I thought at first that was a house that hit, but I later realized after we came back to survey the damage that it was some type of a shop building that that those sand and gravel guys use for their maintenance or something. And of course the tornado just utterly destroyed it right in front of my eyes, and that's when
We're riding it out.
that's when I really thought it was life and death.
It's life or death right now, boys.
And then of course the tornado sucked up a large pile of sand from their sand lot, and that's what turned it the beautiful red color that it came when I stepped out of the vehicle, which I'd never seen anything like that. It was just amazing to me.
Easy, Lord.
I started chasing tornadoes in 1992 when I got my first camcorder, and I knew nothing about weather, nothing about storms. In 2003, I witnessed a victim that had expired in a tornado that sometimes still wakes me up in the middle of the night. But that just happens. I can't control what God decides to do and who he decides to kill. That's not up to me. But it changed me, and it made me want to do something more to show people what these things do.
Well, 2 people lost their lives, and nearly 3/4 of the town of Pilger was destroyed by an EF4 tornado. The recovery already underway. All right, let's move now over to a quieter part of the country, Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, and as we head into the cooler area of the Northwest, temperatures running a few degrees below average, as we're seeing a lot of clouds over us and a few brief showers even moving through. Temperature right now in Seattle around 61, Spokane about the same number, low 60s even into Portland. It's going to stay a little bit below average as that jet stream brings down some of that cooler, those cooler conditions across the Northwest. And as we go through the next few days, the temperatures will be anywhere from 5 to 10 degrees below average, such as in Boise and over towards Portland and up into Seattle. So today's high around 70, not too bad in Portland, but staying only in the 60s across much of Washington state. Keith?
All right, thanks, Jen. Hurricane hunters are getting set to fly into the Atlantic this weekend. They're watching a new disturbance churning off the Carolina coast. We'll give you a tropical update in a few minutes.
School's out and summer's in. Kick off your road trip at Pep Boys Hit the Road Jack sales event. This week only, get